and welcome to Moscato and Tea. This is the show for all things beauty, business, and community with your hosts, Inez and Chiquita, keeping it raw, real, and unfiltered.
Hello.
Really?
I'm testing out different things. It's season 4. How you doing?
Like, since Wendy's back now, you want to be, how you doing?
Listen.
You should be like, hello, period.
I said what I said. Which one? Period. I'm testing out different things.
Are you testing different? Or
I need to figure out my own one.
Yeah, you do.
Leave me alone. How about that?
You can't.
That's okay. Anyway, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Been a crazy, busy week and stuff. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I feel you. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm always busy.
Yeah, it's March. International Women's Month.
And International Women's Month. And you know what I forgot to? It's my birthday month.
Oh yes. So we got to celebrate. Do a couple things.
Hello.
Yes.
How can I forget my
exactly?
And I am all about a birthday. I celebrate my birthday from the first.
Yes. And what do I tell you every year? Please don't end up in jail. That's all I say.
It's my birthday month, so it's a party every day for me until my birthday at the 31st.
Yes.
Of course, I'm at the very end of the month, but the best day of the month. I'm just letting you know. Okay,
all
so
right.
anyways.
Anyway, yes, we have a lovely special guest here today.
Yes, we do.
So I'm really, really excited.
Good.
To find out some info because, I'm already ready to take notes and everything, especially as a businesswoman and everything, entrepreneur. So let's go ahead and get started. Want to introduce our guest?
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome Miss Lauren Amanda.
Woo! Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me
Thank
today.
you for coming, hanging out with us.
Of course.
So, Miss Lauren. So, you guys, how I know Lauren is that Lauren is a client of mine, and we met maybe 2 years ago.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
We met. We had met at I think it was like a fashion week kind of thing, LA Fashion Week,
beauty event. It was an influencer beauty event. Yeah,
and we met and we hit it off, and she needed some sponsorship because she was going to do Miss California and do some pageants.
USA.
And I myself, Inez, and my business, Anybody Inez, decided to sponsor Lauren with all her beauty care,
nice.
So she could go up there and be
women supporting women.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. As a matter of fact, you look so good. Like she got this glow.
Looking gorgeous.
Magic hands, people. Magic hands.
Your magic hand.
So that's how we met. So she has a very interesting story.
Yeah.
How she's also, we'll talk a little bit about how she competed for Miss California. Didn't win, but, just the process and how she went about that. And then we'll also talk about how she is an influencer and, she has a great page. We'll let you guys know where you can follow her at. Her page is really awesome. Her aesthetic, everything. So, Lauren, let's just get right into it. Let's talk about you.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay, so let's talk about let's talk about where you started from.
Yeah.
Let's talk about where you really started from because I think it's cute.
Well, I'm originally from Atlanta. I'm a Southern girl. I grew up as a dancer. So I grew up performing from the age of 3 and pursued my dance career professionally in the NFL when I was in college. For the New Orleans Saints, I was a Saintsation. Shout out to all my Saintsation sisters out there. And then I moved to LA to pursue my professional career in the beauty and fashion industry. I wasn't quite ready to put that down, so then I auditioned for Laker Girls and then was a Laker girl for one season with Kobe Bryant. His retiring season. I did it for 1 year. His retiring season. And then decided to put that in that chapter of my life. And then I was like, I've always wanted to explore pageantry and see if I could, possibly get to Miss USA and Miss Universe because there's so many girls who have gone that path that I look up to. And so I was like, you know what? I'm in California. Why not, go for Miss California. Did a few preliminary pageants as well. So I held the title of Miss Ventura County, USA, and that's when I met Inez. And then won Miss Sherman Oaks, USA last summer, and then competed at Miss California, USA in January. And it's been a journey. It's been awesome. And then, started my blog, Lovely Lux, in March of 2018. It's been a year.
It's been a year, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And it's kind of funny because once I met Lauren, it feels like I've been part of her journey as well, like starting her blog and then, going through the whole thing of getting ready for the pageantry and like doing all of that. Not only is Lauren like a client, but she's like a really good friend. Like, she's awesome. I do follow her blog. So once the whole thing with, as really honestly, I thought I was really honored that she invited me and I went to go watch her, compete in the Miss California. That was really fun. And I was super proud of her. She looked amazing up there. She did her thing. And, she didn't win, but all in all, it is what it is. Yeah. But,
it was someone else's blessing.
Yeah, it was somebody else's blessing at the time. But she did great. And I was like, girl, saw a side of her I hadn't, seen because pageantry is so different.
No, exactly. So that's kind of I have a two-part question, but what's the process, especially for women out there, women of color out there and everything, wanting to get into that world? What's the process like? And then second part of that is, I know there's a lot of rumble about getting rid of the swimsuit part of that. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, I think for me, it was something, I didn't grow up in pageants where a lot of the girls have. And it's all about building self-confidence. And I think in pushing yourself to other limits and testing yourself. And I think it really helped me become a better person. In preparation, you do have to be, physically fit and mentally strong as well. And I think that's where it comes with, self-confidence. Everyone has a different body. I think it's all about being healthy and becoming the healthiest version of you. I think when I competed, I was the healthiest version of myself. And I was just so confident and I, knew myself more than I think I ever have before. I'm so happy I waited to do it later. Some girls start when they're 18. Some girls wait until they are 27. I competed when I was 26. I am 26 years old. So I'm happy that I waited because I feel like I know myself a lot more than I ever have. So, in preparation, you do have to be, physically and mentally strong and, and just being confident, I think.
Yeah, I know a lot of parents put their kids in when they're really young.
Yeah.
And like they grow up into it and stuff. And I know it can be a lot of pressure when you're very young to get into that world and stuff. So it's really crazy. Because I know it's a lot of controversy around it right now and talking about getting rid of it and all that stuff. So.
And then as far as the swimsuit competition, how do you feel about?
Well, the whole swimsuit controversy, there are a few different systems. And I know a few people get that a little mixed up. There's the Miss America system. There's Miss USA, which goes to Miss Universe. There's Miss United States. There's Miss US International. The Miss America system decided to put the swimsuit portion to rest. Okay. I don't necessarily see that happening in the Miss Universe organization. Each organization is different and they operate differently. But I can understand why some people could, be a bit apprehensive about the swimsuit portion. However, I just don't see that happening in the Miss Universe organization anytime soon.
Yeah, I figured. It's all, rubbish, craziness. They're always trying to stop something.
Yeah.
Right. So then now let's get into, your passion, which is beauty and fashion. And let's talk about your blog and how you became an influencer and, how you go about this because we're in a day and age of digital, Instagram. There's a ton of people who want to do and become an influencer and do that. So, what sets you apart to being able to do this? And if somebody young or, somebody wants to get into this, because it is a business.
It is a business.
Into this type of business because you're an entrepreneur. Let's keep it 100.
Yes.
You're an entrepreneur. You're independent. You do your thing because being an influencer is a job.
Yes.
You have to present yourself. Let's talk about your brand. How did you come up with your branding? Like, who is Lauren Amanda? Like, how does that come about?
Oh my gosh, so many questions. Go one by one. So I think, I do get the question all the time is, how did you start? Like, how do you get started? And honestly, there's no secret sauce. The simple answer is you just have to do it. You just have to start. And it was something that I had been talking about for years. You know, I've been working in the industry on the business side, you know, for other beauty and fashion brands for many years and working with influencers for many years, and then just decided, okay, I want to start my own and I want to do it on my own. And I would talk about it, but I wouldn't do it. And so eventually I was like, you know what? You have to actually walk the walk and do it. So I think it was Super Bowl Sunday, 2018. I was like, I need to spend this day designing and writing and doing everything for my website. I came up with my name. I knew that I wanted the title to start with an L because my first name starts with an L. And I've just always loved, like, I don't know. I just was writing down like L words that I liked, and Lovely and Lux were two words that I really liked, put them together. And I was like, this sounds catchy. This sounds cute. And then came up with Lovely Lux, and it just kind of stuck. And then I had someone help me with my logo. I had a photographer, Kay McCoy. She's awesome at Cookie Monster. Helped me take some photos and then put everything together and then built my website. I was lucky enough to already have somewhat of a following from the previous things that I was already involved in. You know, I was dancing professionally, working with a lot of other brands. I was friends with a lot of other influencers that had a strong following as well. So I was fortunate there to already have like a bit of a foundation to build upon. And then I just knew I was going to have to be consistent. I was going to have to be consistent with my content. I was going to have to be consistent with my image and my brand. Of course, it does evolve and it does change. I will say from last year to now, my entire brand has evolved and it's changed, and it's finally become something that I really envisioned and really wanted it to be. And now I think I'm pickier than I ever have before. You know, when it comes to colors, I only shoot like in certain colors. I'm really particular about the background and what's in the background, what colors are in the background. There's so many elements that are actually involved that people don't realize that help you actually get that aesthetic. It's not all about, you know, pulling out your iPhone and saying, hey girl, can you take my picture? For some girls, it works that way. For me, it doesn't. I have to really take time and plan and really think about what I'm going to shoot. For example, today I have a fitting with my stylist. I have an awesome team that actually helps me with everything. So
and you know what, and that's good. I'm glad you're putting it out there that you actually have a team of people that help her get her aesthetic, because I think people think that they could just go on there, like you said,
your iPhone and just snap a photo
and then you're cute. But they don't realize that there's a whole bunch of people that work with you to accomplish what
a lot
it
of
is.
moving parts.
Like a lot of parts of it. You know, there goes from, you know, skin to makeup to hair to styling to everything. And that's how you become and you do what you got to do. Like, let's say somebody who's on a limited budget and wants to start something, or, you know, how would they go about? How do you think is a good way for somebody just to be like, I just want to start, but I don't have a lot of money and I can't afford a stylist. I can't afford a makeup artist. I can't afford all of these things. How can I go about so that way I can, you know, eventually get there?
Well, I mean, I didn't start with a team either. I would have to, you know, I used my resources. You know, I had a few friends that were photographers, for example. I reached out to Kay, and then we just kind of, you know, collabed together. And then, you know, I already have somewhat of an eye for style, so I would just go to the mall and I was like, this would be cute to shoot. I think that this would photograph very well. I was doing my own hair and my makeup. If you can't afford a photographer, or if you don't have friends who are photographers, you can always rent equipment. You can rent DSLRs, you can rent lenses that can help you really get that sharp, crisp image that you need. There's so many ways. And the iPhone is great too. But it's all about you really thinking about what you want for your brand. You know, some people, iPhone pictures work. For me, I knew I wanted a specific aesthetic, and I knew that I was going to want, you know, certain images. I knew I was going to want the background blurred in all of my photos. So I know the iPhone isn't going to do that. So I'm going to have to take it to the next level in order to get what it is that I want.
So there you go. You heard it here. She says she started off using her resources. She did her own hair and makeup. Like, you know, I think this is really good. I think people have this idea that it just all comes together and it's overnight. And she's like literally telling you it's taken her a year. She started this a year ago, and slowly I've seen her evolve from a year to like
from the beginning.
From the beginning,
It's been with me from the beginning.
And I'm like, holy crap! Like this is amazing. Like I see your stuff. Like this is so good. So that's why I really wanted you to come on here because I wanted to just also celebrate you and all your accomplishments, but I also wanted to also let people know just because I've seen it from the bottom up and I know what you've gone through that I wanted you to be able to say to somebody and be an inspiration to somebody who wants to do what you're doing and say it's cool, like this is how I started and you just can get there. So kudos to you on that because I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, exactly. What does your family think about all this?
They're so supportive. My family, they are back in Atlanta. They're just happy that I'm happy and they're happy that I'm doing something that I'm passionate about. So they think it's awesome. I mean, they're not really in tune to the whole social media world. So some of it I really have to explain. A lot of the photos they just see on my blog site, they don't necessarily see on Instagram. And sometimes I just have to text my mom the photos because she'll say, "Did you post any new photos?" I'm like, "Mom, yeah, I posted one on Instagram." She's like, "Well, I don't have an Instagram."
Listen, I understand. I'm trying to get my mom to figure all that out too. So believe me.
I like my mom who's on social media and she comments and sees everything. She goes like, "Girl, I saw you." I was like, "Really, Mom?" But that's my mom. She's just like that. She's all about the cutting edge. So that's so fun. That's good.
Ready for some tea?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So
rapid fire?
Rapid fire.
You ready?
Okay, I think
it's ready.
so.
It's tea time.
A mess.
Go ahead, girl. You
All
start.
right, I'm going to start it off.
Okay.
Worst habit?
I'm a perfectionist.
Okay. Favorite guilty pleasure?
The Bachelor.
Oh, God.
I love The Bachelor.
I can't. Okay.
I was like, okay.
Favorite president, living or dead?
Barack Obama.
Okay. That's a record. If you could collaborate with anybody, who would it be?
Ooh, if I could collaborate with anyone, Beyonce. She's the queen.
You hear that?
Hey, that's her opinion. I got mine.
Oh, yeah, I know Inez isn't. Inez is not, yeah. Okay. We won't get into that.
Yeah, but all I need is for the Beehive to come after me.
There are a lot of people, but if I had to choose one, I would, oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite travel destination?
Ooh, Greece. I had the opportunity to go to Mykonos last year, and it was just beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What you got for us?
You check like half of my questions, but no, I'm just kidding.
Believe me, I know you got so much to say.
Favorite superhero and why?
Wonder Woman.
Are you going to go watch Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like Wonder Woman. Okay. Celebrity crush.
Ooh. I don't necessarily have one, to be honest. I really don't. I get that question, and I'm like, old school Boris Kojo was pretty hot. Back in the soul food days. Like I love soul food. That's like one of my favorite shows, and he's pretty hot.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was. Yeah, okay. I ain't mad at that. And so, with guys, boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Oh, yes.
All right. Love it. Cool.
So, Lauren, tell everybody where they can find your blog, where they can find you on social media. Let everybody know so they can start,
following.
Yes.
So you can follow me on Instagram at LovelyLuxe. So it's LOVELYLUXE. And then my blog site is www.lovelylux.net.
Perfect.
Yes.
There you go, you guys. So, Lauren, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sharing all your lovely knowledge and inspiration. And I will see you soon.
Yes.
And then
I need that boost.
Yeah, I know. Right? You need that boost. And
what do you have coming up next?
Next, I'm really just, focused on my career. I do have a professional career in beauty as well. I don't really like to talk about that publicly. And then I am just working on taking Lovely Looks to the next level. I mean, I was able to see it grow the way it did over the past year, so I'm just wondering what it can do in another year.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to see where it goes.
All right now. Perfect.
All right.
You have to come back on the show.
Have to come back again.
I'd like to.
We'll have to we've been thinking about doing this as having like a round table, not a red table, but a round table of just, professional women in like beauty industry influencers, just have a little girl chat.
Yes.
So we will definitely let you know when that happens. But again, thank you. And then I guess you, lady.
Yes.
I guess I'm going to see you when I see you on the next
time we record.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to, because we have a beauty influencer up in here, keep that beauty look going on.
She always gets on me.
Okay, because I'm not mad at you.
Thank you. I'm trying to catch up to you. But anyways, been lovely. Once again, you guys make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Go to our website, stream, SoundCloud, Spotify. And we appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Yay, perfect. That was awesome.
Thanks for listening. Take a little time to enjoy your brand of Moscato and tea with us every day. Subscribe, rate, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and MoscatoandTea.com.